Psychology of confident people who think differently is not about being louder, more attractive, or more successful. It is about how their inner world is structured. Confident people do not experience fewer fears. They experience fears differently. Where most minds interpret discomfort as danger, confident minds interpret it as information. They don't immediately try to escape uncomfortable emotions. They observe them, they process them. And because of that, their reactions are slower, calmer, and far more intentional. One of the biggest psychological differences is where confidence is built. Most people build their identity on outcomes, on approval, on praise, on how others respond to them. Confident people build identity on internal alignment. They ask themselves, was I honest? Was I clear? Was I real? Not, did everyone like it? This shifts the brain from performance mode into self-trust mode. And self-trust is what creates emotional stability. Confident people also think differently about failure. To the average mind, failure is proof of personal limitation. To a confident mind, failure is feedback. Not emotional feedback, but structural feedback. Something didn't work. Something needs adjustment. Something can be learned. Their nervous system does not collapse into self-attack. It moves into analysis. That one shift alone changes everything. Because behavior always follows interpretation. Another psychological trait is how confident people relate to comparison. Most people compare to measure worth. Confident people compare to gather perspective. They can admire without shrinking. They can observe success without self-rature. This is because their value is not being negotiated in their own mind. It is already assumed. And when worth is assumed, competition becomes information instead of threat. Confident people also think differently about control. They don't try to control how others feel. They don't manage impressions obsessively. They don't over-explain themselves into safety. They focus on what they can control, their choices, their standards, their energy, and their boundaries. Psychologically, this keeps the brain out of anxiety loops. Because anxiety grows in places where responsibility is imagined but power is absent. Emotionally, confident people experience the same reactions as everyone else: doubt, jealousy, fear, disappointment. The difference is that they do not fuse with these emotions. They allow them to pass through instead of turning them into identity. They feel insecure, but they don't become insecure. They feel afraid, but they don't become fear. This separation between emotion and self-image is one of the deepest foundations of confidence. They also think differently about rejection. Rejection is not a verdict on their worth. It is a sign of incompatibility, misalignment, or timing. This protects their nervous system from internal collapse. They may feel the pain, but they do not add meaning that destroys their self-image. And because of that, they recover faster. They stay open. They continue. At its core, confidence is not self-belief. It is self-permission. Permission to exist without constant self-correction. Permission to learn without humiliation. Permission to grow without self-punishment. Confident people think differently because they are not trying to earn the right to be themselves. They are operating from the assumption that they already have it. And that single assumption quietly changes the entire psychology of a human life.